But I've got to get a hold of this right now. Like, this is getting out of hand. Hello everybody, Dad Bod to Bad Dad here, and welcome back to my weight loss journey, the last 20 pounds. Now, losing the last 20 pounds has actually quickly turned into losing the last 35 pounds because your boy has gained weight. I've gained weight each and every week so far of this weight loss journey, and this is week 4. And if you watched the video from, I guess, yesterday now, you'll know, not super confident. My tracking did not happen this week. I did show you guys how to find your total daily energy expenditure in the video from yesterday, and I told you about my intentions of tracking and getting better about that. I did find out that in order to lose my ½ pound a week at my current activity level and weight and height, I would have to eat about 2,800 calories a day. Now, that's not terrible, and I think even if I had some days where I was eating 4,000, I'm pretty sure there's other days where I could eat 1,200 and make up the difference. And that's kind of how I handled my weight loss journey in the beginning, although I did not count calories. And I think that's where this is all coming home to roost, and I'm failing miserably at this weight loss journey of losing the last 20 pounds. The last 20 pounds of fat is, of course, the hardest, and that's coming from somebody who lost 100 pounds in 6 months right here on this channel. Of course, you can go back to my very earliest videos after this one and see where I came from, and maybe it'll provide some inspiration for you, a family member or a friend, and you can share the video as well. But definitely give me a like, because I'm not giving up no matter what the gain is this week. We're gonna change the video format up a bit. I am fasted with black coffee. I just dropped my girls off to school, and my boy just got picked up for the week. So now we're gonna focus on getting back into the gym. We'll get to some footage of that. I'm not gonna weigh in or do a loose skin update till after I work out and get that pump. We'll see where the weight takes us. I have a feeling this is probably my worst week yet. It was spring break here in Las Vegas. We had all the kids home, and we were going to Dave & Buster's, and we're going out to eat again. And it's just really, really tough when you get out of routine. Like, I wasn't going to the gym as much, still got in there, still had some amazing workouts, but I found out, guys, if I'm not lifting and walking like crazy, I'm putting the weight on that I lost on this channel. I'm putting back on that 110 pounds total of fat. And while it wasn't hard to take off the 100 pounds necessarily, because I fell in love with the process, I am not doing it again. So my goal weight, of course, on this journey is 205 to 215, with that sweet spot being of 210. In my opinion, it's healthier. Well, A, not to count calories, but that's probably not going to be a thing this time around. But B is to have that range, because, you know, our bodies fluctuate, and mentally numbers can really mess a former fat person up, if you will. Now, I would say formerly obese, but my BMI from yesterday's video shows that I am obese class 1. So that was kind of disheartening to hear. I don't feel obese, and certainly people don't call me obese. And that's why, you know, you put on all this muscle, it's only to fool that BMI chart. That BMI chart is crazy, man. There's no way I could be 185 at 6'1" with my frame and my muscles. I'd be friggin' sickly looking. So that's why I've chose 210 being the sweet spot, 205 to 215. And of course, as you guys know, I do want to hit a natural bodybuilding stage, and ahead of that even get the loose skin surgery, so I can finally feel my tightest self. Like, I've never had abs. Never growing up did I see my abs. Even picking out clothes at a regular store, like an H&M, difficult, impossible. So I'm living my best life with the clothing right now, but when I take the clothing off and go to the pool, I want to be proud and not self-conscious of my body. Now, it came up in a comment on the last video that, and I'm not disparaging what you said, and I fully agree with what you said actually. It's just where I'm at. If you've watched my videos, you know that I've come to peace with my loose skin, but it's not even about coming to peace. It's now about becoming fully happy and like extraordinarily happy, and not, you know, living beyond what I thought the life that I'd be able to live, and to have the looks and the health that I was able to have. So I know I'm chatting your ear off, but I do appreciate the comments, and I answer all of them if you get down there and happen to leave me something. If you're struggling, or if you've already been on this journey, or you see something that I'm maybe doing wrong mentally, physically, maybe emotionally, and can't even say doing wrong at that point, because we're hardwired from a young age, right? Battled this obesity since I was a young boy of like 7 years old. So it's nothing new. It'll constantly be a battle for me, and I'm willing to take that battle. I am not going back. Yeah, so I need to get this weight gain under control. Again, gonna get to the gym, and then after that, we'll come back and we'll do a loose skin update and a weigh-in so you can see what I did this week. And then we'll close you out and just kind of talk to you about the future of this week. We'll see you at the gym. Today was a push day, and that's chest and triceps, and we worked in some shoulders as well. And guys, I know I'm supposed to be losing the last 20 pounds in this video and in this series, and we're gonna get you that weight update for the week in just a moment when I get home. But I gotta say, I think my body's in a growth stage. I think being off on spring break and not working out quite as much, and carbing up and eating whatever I wanted and not being cognizant at all, I think it propelled and healed my body into a whole new level. And that's where, if I gain weight this week, I'm not going to apologize. I feel bad for making the promise last week that I would have a loss, but maybe in some sick, twisted way, my body's telling me it wants to gain, or it wanted to gain this past week. So we're going to listen to our body a little bit more and not go off the friggin' handle, because as somebody with a disordered eating mindset, got to be careful with that. Got to be careful with the numbers. I do, however, want to start tracking for a week or two here and there to see where 2,800 calories gets me, and kind of what that looks like throughout the day on work days and off days. And so I'm gonna do that this week for you guys, hopefully on the channel as a video, because that would be a spectacular full day of eating 2,800 calories. And I'd like to hit about 200 grams of protein, being that my goal is 205. That sounds like plenty protein. Usually want to try to hit a gram per body pound per goal. So yeah, I'm gonna go home, gonna weigh right now. I'm not super hungry, so I might have some more black coffee before I have a post-workout meal. I want to start listening to my body more. Like, I know for growth, you got to eat, generally 30 minutes to an hour after you've lifted for protein synthesis. But in my case, I'm cutting, and I really got to start listening to my body, because I hold on to fat bad. I hold on to it like so easy. So muscle too, but if there's a layer of fat over it, then what's the point? So got a lot to retool this week on, but I'm glad you're still here. Let's go get that weigh-in check. Home sweet home. All right, so we're back home. We're gonna get naked and get you that weigh-in number. Now, hopefully my intuition is wrong and I have lost some weight, but guys, I feel very, very bulky. Again, maybe we give it credit to the workouts and the heavier eating and heavier rest periods of last week during spring break, or maybe I'm just losing my touch. And whatever the case, I see all you new subscribers this week. That last video last week got 1,600 views. So thank you, almighty YouTube gods, for getting it out to the right people, and all those subscriptions. My gosh, thank you so much for being here. Regardless of the weight loss or weight gain, we're gonna entertain you, and we're gonna give you some motivation. So let's get in that bathroom, strip down, and get you that weight today. And while we're already up here, let's get you a loose skin update as promised. So I will say this, I was a lot more hydrated this week, as I talked about yesterday. I was drinking some Gatorade Lights, which is like an electrolyte drink. It really blows your muscles up and makes them absorb. I jumped back on the creatine, which also makes your muscles absorb. And I don't know, I feel like we're talking about a growth stage, so I don't want to trip out too much, but me saying all of that, I was very hydrated, still feel very hydrated, like I'm holding on to a lot of water, which isn't bad because, well, quite frankly, I was probably dehydrated for a long time and I just didn't know it. And now my body's kicking out all sorts of toxins. I won't show you guys, but I have this big friggin' like cystic thing going on back here. And well, we won't get into that, but I'm gonna try to get rid of that before the next pose down. But let's just give you a frontal then. I don't know if you can see the legs or not, but give you a double bicep. Give you a little tricep action. Boom. And then, yeah, just again, loose skin. I feel like I'm definitely carrying more fat in the breast right now, which is kind of disguised when I stand up straight. But this is one of the reasons why I want to get the loose skin. And, you know, I appreciate you guys commenting in opposition or, you know, for it. I just appreciate the comments, guys. You guys keep me on my journey no matter what. And yes, we gained some weight this week. We'll go downstairs, we'll get clothed, and we'll talk about that. But see you next time to the loose skin. Okay, so if you were watching last week, I gained 1.9 pounds this week. Oh man. That's why I keep telling myself, like, let's look at the big picture and let's not fly off the handle, and because this could really start a bad eating trend within me. Like, I could balloon up. I'm not gaining the weight back. There's no way. I refuse. So I've got to retool this week. I've definitely got to be more cognizant of everything. I've got to get up and choose to be better each and every day, go for walks, lift, be productive, and be positive and be grateful every single morning. And be grateful for this black coffee. There's no time to gain any more weight. I really want to lose this last 20 pounds. And well, now we're talking about like 35 pounds. Scary. So you are watching a very real journey right now take place with somebody who's battled weight throughout their whole life. And I appreciate you guys, because, you know, this might be a little heavier topic, but I've got to get a hold of this right now. Like, this is getting out of hand. So we'll retool this week. We'll try to get you guys a update on my TDEE and following that 2,800 calories, maybe even get you what I eat in a day to try to get that 200 grams of protein and 2,800 calories for my 6'1" frame, because my goal is on the bottom end 205 to 215 like we talked about. But I'm not gonna be too hard on myself because I know where that can lead. But I wish you guys the very best this week. Again, thank you to everybody that's viewing this, especially those new subscribers that tapped in last week. Amazing. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell the world, and we'll see you in the next video.